Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and today I'm in Watford City, North Dakota, which is on the west end of North Dakota. And I'm going to show you a few things here in town, starting off with the Long X Visitor Center, Pioneer Museum, and then I'm going to take you out to see their Heritage Park, and then their Tourist Park, where I'm going to be camping overnight here. So let me show you around some of the interesting things to see in Watford City, North Dakota. The ground floor has a convenience store back there and hand-dipped ice cream. The museum is on the second floor, and here we have an actual petrified tree stump. Wow, that is huge. This shows how they excavated it. Here's a shot of the petrified tree from the second floor. You can see down the middle of it. And let's take a quick trip through the museum. You have here a really old but very nice stove, a foot pump organ, and they have various clothing on display from the olden days, musical instruments, all sorts of things on display here. A little kiddie school set up. When I learned English, I'm not sure if it was the laboratory method. And it wouldn't be a historical museum without one of these. Bunch of bottles here for some reason. An old cash register. I don't even remember when people had trunks full of stuff like this. Here's some old washing machines. And here's an old office desk and an antique computer. This is a nifty little room. Kitchen, dining room, and bedroom. Edison phonograph from 1910. The building has 3 floors. This is the lower level. This is dedicated to the oil and gas industry. Various things made out of oil. And over here is some cowboy things. And looks like a barber chair. Boy, how nice is this coat? Raccoon. Wow. And in the middle here is some real sleigh bells. Chaps, fur chaps. And then they have a small military room with all kinds of uniforms. If you were in the military, you might recognize some of these uniforms. There's a lady's uniform. Are you old enough to remember some of these things? A war ration book and savings bonds. They get those stamps you put in there. Huh. And in case your spirits get down. Well, folks, that's about it for the museum. Now I'm going to go and show you the Heritage Park. And I couldn't resist their ice cream. This is the McKenzie County Heritage Park. And they're in the middle of remodeling or repairing the main museum building here. And behind the museum building is a couple dozen or so of the old buildings that were in the town. So I can show you some of those. This is a railroad depot. And here is a church and a red barn. And don't know what that is. Law offices. That one's not marked. Or this one. That's a schoolhouse with a playground and school bus. This is looking in the window of the train depot. So yeah, that's going to take a lot of work to fix up. The red barn is actually fire station, and this small white building is a barber shop. Here's a bunch of old farm equipment, and oh, there is the real red barn. Here's some more of the farm equipment, and the red barn has got a big K on it. Not sure what that stands for. There's a steam engine tractor, I guess. Now this is McKenzie County, so that may be the K. That's a mobile library building. This building's going to need a little extra work to restore. I think it's probably got a leaky roof there. And this looks like an original stone cabin. See what it says here? Timber Creek Lutheran Church. So once they get this place back open in operation, you can probably go in a lot of these buildings and see the furnishings and equipment and things they have in it. Looks like probably be, I guess, midsummer this year, 2021. This is Watford City Park, that they call a tourist park. And this part is the campground. There's me right there. And then, and on the other side is the city park facilities. And they got some kind of a big group meeting going on there. Maybe some family or church outing sort of thing. There's some playground equipment here. Dumpster, restroom, and there's an RV dump station right there. And there's one of the disc golf goals. Now what makes this different from your average RV park campground is that there's nobody here to check in with. There is no campground host. What you do is take one of these envelopes here and fill it out, and then you put it in the drop box right there within 30 minutes of parking. The sign says. I still like it better than a private owned RV park campground, although the cost is about the same. But you can pick your own space, which is nice. First I parked over there and those trees are blocking my satellite antenna. And then I parked here and realized I was in a hookup space, which I didn't want. So I parked over there, which is one of the non-hookup spaces. That's $15 instead of $30. And lately my solar panels have getting my batteries charged 100% every day. So I don't particularly need the electricity. It's not hot enough yet to really need the air conditioning. At private parks or government campgrounds, they tell you where to park. I'd rather choose my own space because I may not like the one they pick for me. And there's this creek or whatever it is, lake kind of thing running right through the place here. Wonder what kind of gathering that is. All those people. There's a nice big lawn there for the disc golf. And over here is a soccer field. So it's okay here. I'm staying 2 days. One day to look around the city, and then tomorrow I'm going to the Theodore Roosevelt National Park on my motor scooter, and that's only 15 miles away, so that's better than driving around it in my motorhome. Last night I stayed at the Walmart in Williston, which is about an hour's drive north of here. Well, hope you get something out of the video. Good day, folks.